Rupert Murdoch was deposed as part of an ongoing lawsuit from Dominion Voting Systems, in which Dominion Voting Systems accuses Fox News of defamation and asked for $1.6 billion worth of damages. The lawsuit against Fox News looks pretty solid, and Rupert Murdoch was deposed as part of this lawsuit, and there have been some interesting revelations. So let's take a look at that. Rupert Murdoch's 2-day deposition as a result of Fox News' attempt to fend off the $1.6 billion lawsuit has been quoted widely for the candid assessments of former Donald Trump and Tech's top network hosts. Among those widely reported revelations, Murdoch testified that some of Fox's primetime stars effectively endorsed 2020 conspiracy theories that he described as really crazy stuff. All these revelations generate countless headlines. Fuller passages, however, show that these revelations are only part of the surface. Number one, before he denounced the 2020 election conspiracy theories, he expressed ambivalence. Asked multiple times where he believed Dominion rigged the election, committed fraud, Murdoch responded, "I haven't seen any evidence," which is not great when your news network is saying that they rigged the elections. If you've not seen any evidence they rigged the elections, that is a problem. If you're making factual statements that they rig elections and you haven't seen any evidence they rig elections, that is a problem. Do you currently believe Dominion committed election fraud? I honestly don't know. You don't know? I haven't seen any evidence they did. You've seen no evidence that Dominion committed election fraud by rigging the 2020 election? I've seen no evidence. Have you ever believed they committed election fraud? No, I've seen no evidence. Do you believe Dominion software and algorithms manipulate vote counts? I never know with algorithms. In our business, we suffer from other people using algorithms. So, if he has not seen any evidence that Dominion voting manipulates elections, and Fox News goes out and says they manipulated elections, Fox News has a problem. The digs at Trump and Fox News personalities were more brutal than we recognized. You have called Trump plain bonkers, Dominion lawyer asked. I'm sure, Murdoch replied. You called him unable to express his egomania, unable to suppress it, Murdoch corrected. Murdoch agreed he might have said the former president was mad, maybe clinically. You called him nuts a couple times? I call a lot of people nuts, yes. Yeah. You thought he was over the top braggart? Yes. His assessment of Fox News' Lou Dobbs was even more lacerating. What's wrong with Lou Dobbs besides being an extremist? Nelson asked. That's the very thing to be wrong for. When Dominion lawyers know that Trump called for the Constitution to be suspended, Murdoch simply said, I think it's profoundly wrong. Murdoch also offered a cutting assessment of Maria Bartiromo's breakfast show. It has zero audience. Lol. Murdoch denied giving Kushner unaired Biden info before he admitted it. Do you think it's appropriate for someone in your position to give a heads up to the opposing campaign about what the ad to the opposing campaign will be shown before it's public? I was trying to help Mr. Kushner. He's a friend of mine. You're trying to help the Trump campaign by giving him a preview of the Biden campaign ads before it went public? Right. Playing favorites. Okay, among political candidates, that's interesting. All right. Murdoch said it was all downhill for extreme partisan Rudy Giuliani since his time as mayor. I would tend to agree. It's been pretty downhill since then. Yeah. When Rudy Giuliani held his widely mock press conference announcing his failed 2020 election lawsuits, Murdoch famously branded his performance really crazy stuff and damaging. Murdoch agreed under questioning the mere fact he was advising Trump was really bad. As a personal observation, I've known Mr. Giuliani for 20 years when he was a very good mayor of New York, but it's been all downhill since then. Yeah, I don't really know what happened to Rudy Giuliani, to be quite honest. Rudy Giuliani was the boss. When he was U.S. attorney, he basically brought down the mob single-handedly under RICO. I mean, basically personally, he brought down the mob. And then as mayor, he massively transformed New York, turning its red light district and getting rid of that and making it less seedy and turning Times Squares into basically a Disneyland, Disneyland that's age appropriate for all families and stuff. I mean, and getting rid of a lot of crimes and he did great work. And then after Mayer, I don't know what happened to the man, but it went downhill. A cautionary tale for us all somewhere. Rudolph Murdoch claimed under oath not to read Law and Crime sister site Mediaite until evidence shows it otherwise. The way he called a crazy would-be lawyer really great, Murdoch said, referring to Carlson's grill of Powell. Private communication later showed Carlson called Powell an effing B outside her presence and off the air. So yeah, Rupert Murdoch was deposed as part of this, and the deposition does not help Fox News' cause. The biggest problem for Fox News is that that Rupert Murdoch himself says he's seen no evidence and never saw any evidence that Dominion voting system manipulates the election. So what is your basis for the reporting that you did saying exactly that? What is your basis for it? And yeah, they have a problem. They have a problem. And this is not the only deposition that's not the only deposition that has done this, but Fox News has problems. When you look at all their statements and you look at the on-air personalities and their depositions and them saying they had serious doubts at best, and then they went out and made statements anyway, it's what we call reckless disregard, my friends. So yeah, I think Fox News is in a lot of trouble in their $1.6 billion lawsuit with Dominion. So, yeah.